Right, okay, now we've got Mr.
Tony Moore
in the studio with me. I love that little voice there. And we are joined by two guests here. First of all, Steve Balsamo. Is that, have I finally said it right for the first time in my life, Steve?
You have, Sadie.
Because, you know, I had you, you know, I'm terrible.
Balsamo.
I do with the vinegar, don't I?
Well, it's been done a couple of times.
But at least I do it with such a joie de vivre. I say it so loud. It's not. It's like this is the way it is.
People believe you, Sadie.
They do. They do. So, Steve, thanks so much for coming back once again. I can't wait to hear your voice. It just blows me away. The man who's been in everything, done everything, and we're going to find out what he's up to now, which looks quite a different thing, actually, as you've got about 8,000 people with you. And they're not just your fans.
It's a cult.
It's a cult. That's where you've started, Steve. You started it here. And also, on your left, I'm looking at you there, is a lady who I didn't expect in, and it's a thrill to have you, Lena Marlene. Hello.
Hi.
Have I done your name right? Are you gonna
yeah, Lena Marlene.
Lena oh, well, you don't have to slap my legs then, that's good.
I will, but I can't reach you.
And I might have to punch you in the face.
It's already started and you're attacking the guests.
I'm so sick of beautiful, young, talented women, Tony.
But I've given you the double match here. Gorgeous men.
The only way she can get away with it. I'd fly across this.
She gets so jealous, Lena. She sings a bit herself, apparently.
Yeah.
I've sung in my time, and no, yes, I won't audition for you now. It's lovely to have you here. Where have you been working? How come you two are here? Where did you bump into tonight?
Well, a few hours ago, because I went to this club and saw them play. Yeah.
I see.
And all of a sudden, I'm here.
You got no choice, you see.
No.
Once the boys, and I bet you thought, I was just saying off air there, it's a bit like with all the guys and gals, it's like, oh, well, look, we're doing BBC London. Why don't you come along?
It was a good chat up.
It's a great chat up line from you, Steve. Well done on that one. What a classic. Come down there, she'll have booze, you smoke your ciggies, there's all types of drugs going round in it. Come down, what a laugh. You get here, you're stuck in the other studio, not allowed to smoke, and not a decent cup of tea in the place, and no booze.
I know, I sort of regret coming down. No, I don't. No.
Then you look to your right and see Steve and go, yeah, okay.
No, we were playing at a club tonight, and Lena was down, just checking out the show, and down with a mutual friend, and I spoke to Tony and said, Lena would love to come down and have a sing-song.
Well, I'm pleased you did. I'm pleased you did, Steve. That's fantastic. We like extra guests as well, especially those who've had number ones. They're even, you know, I'm not saying that I don't, you know, I like people who busk. I've got no problem, but number one. So tell us about that
my whole story is a bit. I'm sort of confused by it myself because I've released albums and they've sold I think 2.2 million altogether.
Whew, that's quite a lot.
It is a lot, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. So I'm working on some new material now, and we'll see what happens.
Well, and what's your remind us? What's your style? Have you changed style? I mean, where are you at the moment?
Where I'm at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just continuing writing music, and I first came out with a single over here called "Sitting Down Here," and that's a long time ago. I think it's like 5-6 years ago.
It's a long time to you.
It's a long time, yeah.
It's not a long time to me. It's yesterday. As you get older, time just goes quicker and quicker. You go, 5 minutes ago, and it 5 years? Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't find the track, which is so annoying.
I'm so happy you didn't.
BBC Library is about 4 books, and that's about it. They dump everything, which is a real shame. But so you've had albums out. I can't believe that your second album wasn't released over here.
That was just I don't really know what happened, but I think it sold about 600,000 outside of the UK. Yeah. I don't know, don't even ask. I haven't figured out this business yet, and I've been in it since I was 17, and that's 7 years ago.
Wow. Yeah. Getting on now then, really, aren't you? Are you thinking of giving up, retiring soon? I'd suggest
there's not going to be a space for you there, Sadie.
Oh, blow again, Mr. Tony Moore. You keep these young whippersnappers in the business. They're doing us out.
Sadie sells a lot of albums, actually. Apparently on eBay.
On eBay?
Yes, they fetch $2, $3, $4.
Excuse me, my last one went for €1.
Really? €1? That's not even the postage for it.
And €2 postage.
You only know because you bought it.
Do you know, they wouldn't post it to England, otherwise I would have done, because I haven't got a copy of that one. But there you go. See, this is a type of show you're on, you see.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. It's in the middle of the night.
Like no one else would have me on there. What about yourself, Steve? What are you doing recording-wise at the moment?
We've formed a band. We've got a band called The Stories, and
I wondered if they were just following you around, you know, but that's the band now, fab.
that is the band, and there are 7 of us. We've got 2 drummers, for God's sake. And
2 drummers? Who do you think you are, the Queen or something?
we're kind of the glitter band without the controversy. I won't go there. But,
don't go there.
no, so we've made a record. A friend of ours lent us his. He's got a converted cinema in the Welsh Valleys, a haunted converted cinema. No
Really?
Less. Lawrence, he's with us tonight as well. Strangely enough, we've just played. As I said, we just played a gig, so the boys are heading back to Wales, and we thought we'd stop by on the way back. But we've been up a mountain literally for the last sort of 18 months recording a record. It's been fantastic.
Oh, how lovely! Just up there in a converted, haunted.
It's Lawrence bought it a few years ago. It's an old. It's a town called Glencorru in South Wales, and there's one road in and one road out. It's an ex-mine in town, and this used to be the town cinema. And Lawrence has converted into a working man's club and a drinking club and so on. And it has fantastic, big, huge rooms that sound great when you take a drum kit in there, or, you know, the guitars and so on.
Yeah.
So we literally went up there and we said, do you mind if we can move in for a couple of weeks? And he said, yeah, no problems, no problems. 18 months later, and a bar bill to rival anybody's, because there's a lovely bar there, you see. So we owe him about $3,500 in a bar tab. So we've got to sell some records. So any listeners with...
Stick them on eBay. Get at least $1. I'm telling you, they'll fly out. No, I bet your ones will get about 3. Well, that's great though. And are you looking for a deal with that at the moment? Obviously you're doing gigs, plugging it.
We've just finished the record, and we've done it differently. I had a deal myself through Sony. One of the other boys had a big deal as well. So we've seen kind of how the industry sometimes can be less than forthcoming in anything. If you're not kind of a pop puppet, as it were, if you're trying to make some grown-up music.
We often talk about it on this program, that it's difficult to find your way at the moment, because some of the labels have got so large and they're concentrating on such a small part of the musical market. And if you are kind of old school songwriters with just great melodies, and it's not about image, and it's not about being 15, and it's not about being in a reality show. It's just about making great music. It's sometimes really hard to find that road, and also to find people that have the stamina to go with you on it. Because if your first single isn't a hit, quite often you're gone by the second single. Years ago it'd be, 2 or 3 albums before you might break.
That's right.
So it is tricky. But what you do is you captivate people by being brilliant, and it's a word of mouth thing. And I really believe this is the time of the talented artist and the entrepreneur to make the most of this great big void out there of a lack of music that fits a much wider age group. And these guys are always brilliant. I mean, they played at the Bedford last week. You're in fact playing with us next week, aren't you? On the 17th, week after next.
Yeah. That's right.
It's always a delight and a treat to have them there.
It's incredible, Tony. Clubs like yourself and. There's always brilliant music there, and it kind of it weirds me out, because where are the record industry? There's a guy tonight, Phil Campbell played, an incredible singer-songwriter. He's already had a deal and had a record out and so on, and he's coming around again for the second time. Extraordinary songwriter, and why isn't he the biggest thing Britain's ever produced?
To be honest, I tell you what frightens the life out of me. I tell you why I wouldn't even bother at trying to get back in the record business ever. It just doesn't bother me anymore now. Is watching you incredibly talented young people coming in every week. I have talented people in. Sometimes more talented than others. In some ways, in different ways. Someone may come up with a fantastic song, but not maybe have the best voice. So others have an amazing voice, and they may not have the song that was on the week before. But it's time and time again, we have incredibly talented people who have everything, who've done the song, who've got the look, who've got the voice. And I sit here just going, I'm not, why? I mean, number one, it'd be a completely different thing for me to be looking at, if you know what I mean. It's a completely different era. But for yourselves, I'm quite scared for you all, because the talented people you bring in here and the amount of times I sort of say, have you got a deal? No, we're trying. And when I come to the Bedford and see people working, and you think the talent is there, what on earth are the record people bringing through? Because a lot of the things I hear in the charts or I hear on the radio, I'm like, what's all that about? It's so samey.
Yes, but the hard thing is that it's not just the labels, it's the whole of the media. So radio...
That's what I'm saying, on the radio.
Yeah, whole of television and radio is formatted to play a very narrow market of music. So you can understand record companies going, all right, well, if that's the only thing they're going to play, that's what we need to be signing.
That's what we give them,
And it becomes a vicious circle. You know, we're one of the few places that you can actually hear unsigned, independent, live, original music and have a good length of time, not just 5 minutes slotted in between stuff.
Amen. That's all I can say to that.
Well, one of the delights about working for this station is that we have a personal choice in music. And I worked on another radio station. It was all in the computer, and all you did was press go. You had no input. You couldn't say, this is a track I really believe in, this is a singer I love, or whatever. It had nothing to do with it. It just pressed go, and it drove you mad. Whereas here, BBC London do have the thing that presenters have a choice, and also we can go with something if it sounds great. I mean, Lena, is it the same in Norway? I mean, what's the scene over there?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, we have like the Idol show and all that, and I think basically the charts look the same over there as it does over here. So, but I mean, the great thing is that it's more focused on Norwegian music now than it was previously. So that's nice.
All right. So, and do you sing in Norwegian? I mean,
no, well, actually, I wrote this together with a friend of mine. I wrote this charity song after the tsunami, so that was in Norwegian. So we gathered lots of Norwegian artists to sing on it, and that was Norwegian. That was my first time singing in Norwegian. Oh, right. I won't do it again, but it was funny.
It's interesting because you're in the system. You've had big success and international big success, which gives you certainly the benefit of the doubt, because people will go, right, well, we're waiting for the next record. And even though for whatever odd reason it wasn't released here, you've still done massive amount of the second album outside of this territory. And people will know who you are. You've had great success, and that's something that you can build on. But also, you're an artist that has quite an acoustic nature, quite a song-driven nature to what you do, which is very, very refreshing. So when you're writing songs, do you think about the charts, or do you just think about what makes you feel good?
No, because the minute you start doing that, it's very difficult. I just, you have to write a song. Well, I have to write a song when I'm inspired and not worry about anyone else, and just sit down and just by myself and just write the song that I feel comfortable singing. Right. And the minute you start thinking about, how many albums you should sell and radio and all that, it just gets too complicated.
Right. Is there a Lena Marlene sound in your head that is you?
I didn't think so, but apparently people tell me that they can spot a song that I've written the minute they hear it. Really? But I don't know why. It's because I don't know.
You just do it the way that you write a song, but it has some characteristics that people really pick up on.
Yeah, I've been surprised of how many people that come to me and say, well, I think you wrote that. And it's like, yeah, how did you know that?
And do you always write on your own, or do you like to co-write with people?
No, I do. Well, I've done for my own music, I write myself, but I have been co-writing with some people for some other stuff.
Right. Yeah. And live performances?
Yeah, I did a little tour in Norway just before Christmas.
And are we going to get a chance to see you over here?
Yeah, you might. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The thing is, every time I go to a little concert, I always want, and I see someone really talented play, I just always want to. It's like, I want to play. I want to sing.
So, what are you doing this Thursday?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna.
Bedford, right?
Well, we've got a big show on at the Bedford. We've got a stage. My guitar will be down there.
So I might be there.
If you come on down, we'll find a little spot for you. We'd love to have you down there, like a guest superstar.
Oh, great!
But you'll love the place. It's a lot of fun down there.
Listen to him.
Sorry.
We're in the BBC, for goodness sake, plugging away like this. We've now got to mention every other club in London, starting now.
Well, they're all out there. Check Time out. In the back you'll find them all, and under the B's it says Bedford. So,
exactly. Thanks a lot. And if any of you club owners are out there going, cool, I should be on there, well then come in. Actually, if you actually get your bum on the seat, then you can talk about your club, because that's what Tony Moore does every week, and it keeps me happy. I think we should have some live music. Now, Lena, what are you going to play for us?
I'm just going to play a little track called My Love.
This is Lena Marlin on BBC London 94.9. Over to you.
Please come and find me, my love. I'm ready now to come home. Please come and find me, my love. Let's leave this place. Let's leave no trace. Can you hear me, my love? I'm shouting in the wind. Can you hear me? Can you see me, my love? I'm drawing in the sand. Can you see me? I hope that I'm still with you as you are with me. You always will be. Please come and find me, my love. I'm ready now to come home. Please come and find me, my love. Let's leave this place. Let's leave no trace. Can you feel me, my love? I'm hurting so bad. Can you feel it? Can you tell about my thoughts? I wish that you were here. Do you know it? The time that I've had, don't need anymore. You're the one I wait for. Please come and find me, my love. I'm ready now to come home. Please come and find me, my love. Let's leave this place. Let's leave no trace, my love. My love. Please come and find me, my love. I'm ready now to come home. Please come and find me, my love. Let's leave this place. Let's leave no trace, my love. My love, my love.
Whoa! Oh, that was beautiful. And look at that. That's a professional for you. 2:45 in the morning, and you sound like that. That's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, I could have that on. Oh,
That was an astonishing performance. But what's really interesting is that your gift for singing in English and making it sound like it's your mother tongue is
totally.
You know, I mean, I couldn't even sing "thank you" in Norwegian and make it sound convincing.
Well, you can try. I can teach you.
Tusen takk.
Yeah. There you go.
you go.
He's a liar.
Sure.
He can't help it. You
That's
know,
the only,
it's
that's the only.
just-
I was hoping you'd ask me, but seriously, you know, it's astounding, you know, to hear that you. It's poetic and it's beautiful and it's moving, but it sounds exactly right. And very rarely does that happen when someone sings in a language that isn't their own. There's usually a word or a phrase that just doesn't sit the way it would normally do in your mother language. And it's a fantastic song. It's
Thank you.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Very beautiful.
Yes.
Now go home, thank you.
Sadie, don't be jealous.
I will. I want to go to bed.
We're going to let our lovely Elena go because thank you so much for coming in.
Well, thank you. It was nice.
A pleasure having you in here.
Pleasure being here.
Where can we next see you? Maybe at the Bedford on Thursday.
Maybe.
Yes,
Maybe, yeah.
there'll be a spot there if you make
yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
It's going to be an informal night. Tom Baxter's playing, Antonio Forcioni, big charity night. It's going to be packed. Free champagne, free canapes. I think you'll be there, won't you?
I'll be
Sadie?
there. Those words, free and champagne, they sound really good. Really good. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
And now, don't you go anywhere, Steve, because
We're sticking around.
you're going to
Yeah.
stick around for a little bit longer. We can only offer tea, but we can have big smiley faces and biscuits to go with it. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Lena. My right-hand man is...
Tony Moore.
the one and only. Sitting to his right is...
Steve Balsamo.
And Steve, I'll allow you to introduce these hunky, gorgeous blokes you brought with you.
Well,
The rest of the band, of course.
well, on my right is Rob Thompson, plays guitar and sings lead vocals. Dave Smith also plays guitar and sings lead vocals. Andy Collins plays bass and sings lead vocals. We have Slack on drums. We have Brian Thomas on drums and percussion. And we have Alan Davis playing piano, mandolin, lap steel, everything else. Obviously not all today.
Not all. Do you know? My listeners always hear that. You know, we've got loads of people in the studio, or you know, we've struggled to get 3 people in. Here we are. We're enormous amounts of men, which I'm very happy now. Please, you got rid of her.
Sadie.
Not
Sadie.
good. Not good. No. Don't bring her in again. She was far too beautiful when you're looking at her this time of night and you've had a bit of a hell of a weekend like I've had. Very depressing.
What do you think of it?
Don't do it again.
She was gorgeous.
Yeah, enough, thank you. I'm the star now. It's my show. My name over the door, thank you. As long as you're talking about me, that's absolutely fine.
Of course he was.
Yeah, what were you talking about?
Exactly, Sadie, of course. But we're rapidly coming up to the 3 o'clock news, and then we'll be having live music from Steve and the stories. Well, it's not that, it's the stories, isn't it? But Steve's in it, because I don't want to get you in trouble here, Steve.
They'll beat me up after. It is the stories.
It is the stories, and they'll be doing a few tracks for us, hopefully, between 3 and whenever we finally let them go. It's not a question of booting them out. Too many good-looking blokes. Got a text here. Was at the Cobden last night, and the stories were absolutely amazing. When will the album be out? Hi, Tony, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
Oh yeah, of course. Was it Tony too? I was looking around saying, "Who's Tony?" Oh yes, my right-hand man.
Yes.
That's
We'll be
nice,
meeting.
isn't it? Carmen thought you were marvellous, boys.
Fantastic. Thank you very much,
Isn't
Carmen.
it? Well, I think I should have a little listen myself. Actually, I think it's time now. What are you going to do for us?
A song called "Is It True What They Say About Us?"
We'll find out, won't we? This is the stories. It's the first time they played live in a listen to me film in a radio studio. So have a listen to them, and I'm sure their tracks will be available for you very soon. And we'll give you a website as well. You can check them out after they play live. Over to you guys.
Every time I walk with you, baby, you see the real me. Even though this road's well traveled on, it belongs to you and me. As I watch the fire escaping from your heart, where the northern lights were now, there is no spark. I've been blinded by the writing on the wall for so long now. Is it true what they say about us? Is it true what they say about us? That the gold is beginning to rust? Is it true what they say about us? I've got a wanted poster with your face on, nailed to this tired heart. Go get a bullet with my name on, baby, baby. Take another shot as we dive into the pool beneath the stars, where the falling satellites have made their mark. We'll reveal the deepest secrets of our heart. For so long now, is it true what they say about us? Is it true what they say about us? That the gold is beginning to rust? Is it true what they say about us? Hold on, hold on. I have watched the fire escaping from your heart for so long now. Is it true what they say about us? Is it true what they say about us? That the gold is beginning to rust? Yeah. Is it true what they say about us? Watching from a distance, baby, I can see the sun. I've got no resistance to you, lady. I'm sure that you're the one.
Oh, that is so beautiful. First time ever singing live in radio studio, straight out of the studios down there in Swansea. They've written and recorded an album in an old cinema in a little mining town near the Rhondda Valley, and the cinema was haunted, and I'm going to ask some questions about that. But I know that you've got lots of record company interest at the moment, and you've just come out from that gig as well. Record companies should be snapping at the bit. It just sounds beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Really lovely.
Thanks, Sadie.
I can't wait to hear more, actually.
We spent a long time, writing songs, and it's all about the songs for us, really, more than anything. So we're very proud of the work we've done, and whatever happens, whether it gets signed, whether it doesn't, it's just a testimony to 4 songwriters getting together and just having it. Really.
How did you get together? I mean, where did that all start?
Well, I did a solo thing a couple of years back, and Rob Thompson here was part of that band. Dave Smith, I've known, we were in college together. Andy and Rob have played together, and Rob, Andy, and Brian have played together, and Slack and Di were in different bands together. So we all kind of got together with this one intention of just trying to write the best songs that we can, So I was working with Rob and writing some songs, and Andy knew Rob, and Rob and Di were working together, so all of a sudden we were in a room and drinking tea and...
I'm really confused, but it doesn't matter. It sounds fantastic.
It's a bit late.
So one introduced to the other. And you get together and make this sound up.
Swansea's quite an interesting musical place. We've had people like Badfinger from there, and we were Bonnie Tyler, and so we've got some great singers down there. The Man Band, who are a great sort of 70s band, still rocking and rolling.
Deke Leonard.
Deke Leonard, of course. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant.
Apparently, Bonnie Tyler got lost in France.
So they say.
Hey, she just had another massive hit down there. She was at number 1 for 3 months.
Was she good for her?
Go on, girl.
I interviewed her, and what a lovely lady.
Oh, she's great.
Oh, what a down-to-earth girl she is. We had such a laugh.
She can swear, mind.
I tell you, off air we were. It was marvellous.
She's lovely. I love her.
2 miners' daughters together. It was almost, except my father wasn't a miner. But if he'd been there, he was a steeplejack. He'd have been a miner had he been able to get down the
Just went the wrong direction.
He went the wrong. It's terrible, isn't it? I'm looking at the textbook. Oh no, I don't want to read that out because that's too sad, actually. Graham from Maidenhead, that's really sad. I will read it out so that we can say, I don't believe that people die. I think that they go to a far better place than this. Ask me, this is hell. You work through this, you've done well. Good morning, Sadie. You realise that time is passing you by when you hear that another musician from the 60s has died. The drummer and founder member of the Searchers, I think it's the Searchers, not the Searchers, died yesterday of cancer. He was only 65. Graham from Maidenhead. Well, what may we say, maybe having a fantastic jam session up there with Lennon and the like. Hi, folks. David Stark here, texting before I fall asleep. Hello, David.
Hi, David.
Album track is John Lennon, Number 9 Dream, of course. He's being nice to me, you see, because that's where I get my name from, the Number 9 Dream. I think Lost in France, Bonnie Tyler is in the comp. See you soon, love, David. P.S. Steve, do you know Warren Harry and his studio in Wales?
I don't know, actually. Warren Harry,
what a name. I think you're making that up, David. You're just making that up.
We'll go and find him when we go back home.
Has he got some sweeties in his studio then, or something like that?
No.
Yeah, probably. Those names. I love Warren Harry. What a great name. It's like a place where bunny rabbits meet up.
I like War and Peace. He was good, wasn't he?
It's a beauty.
I did a whole programme once, the silly names people call their kids. You can't believe what some people call their kids when they've got a name at the end like pie, and they'd call their kids
Chicken.
steak or something. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like so ridiculous, but we didn't. Anyway, let's move on. I'm Sadie, and I'm with you right through till 6 in the morning. My right hand side with me through till 5 is
Tony Moore.
And next to him is
Steve Balsamo. And
then we are going to go all around and say hello to everyone else straight after this. But first, now, Steve is in the stories that are all in. We have Rob, Dave, Andy, Alan, Brian, and Slack. I'll never forget Slack. Out of everyone, Slack. Is that Slack over there? Is it? Hi, Slack. You're the one I'll remember, because what a fantastic name. We love the word. We love that name, Slack. So we'll have a little chat with all of you if we may. I'm just going to read. So let's go around the table, if I may, and sort of say hello to everyone. And we can if we can get there on the mics, if we can do that, that's fantastic. Rob is next. So Rob, hello.
Hi.
See, Steve is. They've been hogging the mics, haven't they? These two. Sorry. It's not enough, is it? No. So Rob, tell us a bit about yourself. How long have you been performing and that?
Quite a long time. About 17 years, something like that. 17?
You've not been up 17 years, have you? 17 years?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
I've got a good wig on.
Do you know, I wondered, a full head of your own hair. Can you lend it to Tony after the show?
Ms. 9.
I'm in trouble now with Tony. So is it a thing which guys do, like when they're at school and that? I mean, making up the band, is that still a red hot thing to do?
Yeah, I think it's still pretty popular, especially since Oasis and all that.
Well, even since boy bands like Busted and McFly and so on.
Yeah.
I think people are picking up guitars again for the first time in a long time.
I tell you, it is really nice to see acoustic sets and people actually playing live. I mean, for one time, we say it every week, for one time it didn't seem to be any live music anywhere. It was all just out of one keyboard synced and done on a computer, and voices were changed and very speeded or whatever. And it must be incredibly frustrating for performers like yourselves.
Well, I think, for a long time dance music, and I love dance music, so, but for a long time dance music was very much mainstream and on every radio for a long time. But there is a move, guys like Damien Rice and David Gray and so on. Yeah, Tom Baxter, fantastic. They're bringing back songs again, which is that's what it's about, I think.
It's almost like if you hang around long enough, it will come back, isn't it? It's one of those. It's like if you hang around long enough for anything, that bus will come round again, and people will clamber on, and live music and acoustic sets and that will become popular, as it has now, isn't it?
We're very influenced by sort of West Coast American bands. We love Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and the Eagles and so on. As well as the new bands that are coming out, Granddaddy and so on. The newer kind of Americana, for want of a better word. So we're mining from that scene as opposed to the Nick Drake and that sort of thing.
Well, I'm with you on that, definitely. I was brought up with Crosby, Stills, Nash, and then it was Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, wasn't it? And they're just brilliant sounds. He's fallen asleep there. Look, he's absolutely
you're
shattered.
having fun together.
I'm looking at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Look at them.
It's radio, Sadie, they can't see.
Either you're tired or you're just crying because you've not got the mic in front of you. Look at him. He's absolutely shattered. It's not just me, is it? Look at him, bless him. He's got to stay for another hour as well. I think we should have some more live music while we take some calls. I hope that keeps everybody happy. OK, what are you going to do for us now, guys?
Well, Rob's going to sing this one. It's a song called Be By Your Side.
Be by your side. Are you okay? Is that mic round at the right place for you? Do you want to?
I think it's okay.
Is that okay? Great. I'm just sorting them out now before you start. Okay, this is the Stories, and yet another track. Over to you guys.
Only you can save me. Only you can save me from the storm. Hiding in a shadow, hiding from the sun for being born. Jealous fascination when I hear you lock the bedroom door. Together in a vision, here you come passing through these walls, and I'll be by your side, and I'll be by your side, be by your side, and I'll be. This is only natural in the way that I should want you to. This mutual attraction written in the blood that's passing through, and I'll be by your side, and I'll be by your side, be by your side, and I'll be, and I'll be by your side, and I'll be by your side, be by your side, and I'll be, yeah. When the leaves are falling He'll be locked in someone else's room. You will never be empty, 'cause I will be inside of you, and I'll be by your side, 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 and I'll be
You get me a copy of that and I will play that every night. I just love that. I would just so be sitting here harmonising away with that. That is that's a brilliant track.
Thank you very much.
What a great track. I love it. I love harmonies as well. I'm tempted sometimes with him. With Tony Moore, I harmonise along, and you get people emailing in saying, "Can you shut up, please?" But I do, don't I? Even though I don't know the words, I can't help it. It's a natural thing. Oh, great. And it must be so lovely to play in the band. Is it great to play in the band, guys? We can't talk to everyone, but just to have those sort of sounds and that, and to be like doing a permanent jam.
But it is that, really. It's great fun, and we've had a fantastic time recording it, and it's just been we're just excited about the songs and the recordings, really.
Well, you've got to get a deal with that. Just got a text here. Hi, gang. Please play "Be by Your Side" for my long-suffering wife Naomi, who has just been woken up by me as I'd have forgotten my front door key yet again.
I know that.
Paul Kramer.
I knew it was.
Paul Kramer, a fan of the show and also been on the show.
Yeah. Lots of love to Paul. Thanks for that.
Kramer, you get me a copy of that track. I'll play it forever. Tony, don't forget your gig at Lanz's in Belsize Park on Friday.
This is David. Yeah, I have a gig, a solo gig, on Friday night at Lanz's in Belsize Park, which is on Haverstock Hills, number 73, I think. It's a delightful Italian restaurant, and there's going to be me, my piano, my guitar, and some tunes. And if you want to come down, it's a restaurant. There's no tickets or anything. Just come in and eat food and listen to music and have fun. I think I'm going to play about 9 o'clock.
About 9 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know I may come down to that?
Come on the way down.
I quite fancy, because I've got a meeting in London on Friday, and I quite fancy going out Friday
night. Pop out Friday night and have a bite to eat, have a little bit of pasta. In fact, wherever you are in the world, if you fancy flying in for a bit of pasta, why don't you do it?
But Haverstock Hill, when you plan, that must mean it's going to cost a fortune for that pile of pasta. It's got to be expensive, hasn't it, really?
Not really. No, I think it's a good value restaurant.
You can get a bite to eat for a 12 quid or something like that?
Oh, I'm sure, easily.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, nice pizzas there as well.
Do they? I have to break that diet yet again. Guys, don't mention that biscuit you saw me eating earlier on. No, I spat it out afterwards. I really did. I'm trying hard, but it's very difficult. That sounded fantastic. I love that track. And all the tracks, I mean, obviously you've got great singers amongst you. Do you divide them up, or are they mainly harmonies? What do you do?
No, the four songwriters, myself, Rob, Dave, and Andy sing solo.
How do you know who's going to be the lead singer? Is it generally the one who wrote the song or kind of started the song, or do you kind of go, this works for your voice best?
Exactly really. That's how it. That's
quite democratic, really.
It's very democratic. We haven't started arguing amongst ourselves yet, but I'm sure that's going to come any minute.
It is a gorgeous blend of voices. I mean, one of the secrets in having harmonies that really work is having voices that work together. And you obviously are able to take the high harmonies really beautifully, but there's a great blend in the voices as well that just makes it so you, actually. Even though you can hear the influences, it still sounds like the stories.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And you're all Welsh?
We are indeed.
All Welsh. Yeah. See, there's that great Welsh tradition. There's always great voices down there. Or is that just a myth?
No, I think there's been a long tradition of choirs, and everybody sings. The language itself is very sing-songy Welsh as a language, and the accent as well is quite sing-songy. So
Can I make one suggestion? What I think would really help?
A female singer in the band. I knew that was coming.
Soul-y singer, not one of these young, thin young things. You want someone with a big mummer of a voice in
What
there.
we're going to do, you see, we'll probably will probably kill Andy. And then
yeah.
we're going to get someone like Narina Palo or Ruma or somebody.
No, you missed the point.
No, you missed the point completely.
Sadie is pitching.
Right, thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, cheers then, boys. Off you go. Yeah. They missed the point.
5'8" blonde and a tenner at the till. That's what I asked when I came in.
Yeah.
I'll do it for $5. P.S. That last song was very Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Great.
As long as they don't sue us, we'll be all right.
Yeah. I tell you what, you're better looking than them lot were at certain times. Hi, Sadie and Co. What a great show tonight. That last track was brill. Last reminded me of Sweet Child in Time. Keep up good work, Lynn in Kentish Town.
Wow.
That's good, isn't it?
Big fans out there.
Big fans out there. I tell you, we'll be buying your album. So have you got a website? Where can we keep track of you? What's happening?
We've got we're getting a website built now.
Good.
So it'll be up, but I'll give you the details as soon as we get them. So.
And what about playing live? Are you around anywhere?
We've got a residency at the Ginglick Club in Shepherd's Bush.
Oh yeah.
Every Sunday in April. We've got a residency there.
Oh, that's good.
It's spelled Ginglik. And we mentioned the Bedford tonight. The 17th of March, we're at the Bedford.
They so owe me 18 bottles of champagne. That place does. So down there, you happen to be at the Bedford.
The 17th of March, rocking on.
17th.
With the full band.
You should come along there on Thursday as well.
I'm going to be popping down for a glass of champagne and a canopy.
That sounds good to me. Right, I'll see you down there then, Steve.
Let's do it.
Fantastic. We'll be down there. We should let you go, but is there any chance, and I don't normally ask her for a third song, but have you got anything else that you could play along for us? Not to worry if you haven't.
We could do another one.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I just love it. I'm just so enjoying it, and I'm sure all my listeners are as well. Do let me know what you think of the band as well. 020 722 42000, and you can text me 07786 200 949. Sadie, it's good to be back, but only because I recently got the sack. Peter, the fledgling poet from Clapham. Oh, Peter from Clapham. Oh, you got the sack. All meant to be, all meant to be. That's what I believe. What are you going to do for us this time?
We're going to do a song called Roll Like a Stone, which is about our hometown
right.
in South Wales called Swansea.
And of course it was St David's Day yesterday.
Exactly.
Did you have your leek stuck down your trousers and that?
Well, I've always got a leak down my trousers, Sadie, but I've got a little daffodil here.
You get your little
blazoned on my lapel.
Oh, that's really cute. Yeah, I do all that for St George's Day. I carry around a dragon the whole day. It's pinned on my back.
Very nice.
Should be happening. Okay, I've talked over your thing while you're moving your mics and that around.
Thank you very much, Sadie.
So here we go. Do you want to move over? Are we moving you over slightly here?
Alan's coming in with
Alan's
his mandolin.
coming with a mandolin. Yeah,
Yes.
come in a bit there, and so we can catch you on that. Okay, this is the stories, and it's 5 to 4.
Okay. 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3.
As you reach the city with streets shining gold, it ignited emotions you thought had run cold. You stood and watched the preacher at the side of the road. He said, "This town's full of vampires, so take care of your soul." You flew like a bird through those towers of glass. No time for reflection, no thought for the past. As you push the boat out, away from the shore, you start making waves, dear, as you drift from it all. They'll love you and lead you right down that beaten path. You learn when you're down on your knees, you gotta go there to come back. You will roll like a stone, baby, all the way home when you're done. As you search
search for the answers, you'll find they were there all along. So people who love you have lost who you are, but I guess you've been running away since before you could crawl. You will roll like a stone, baby, all the way home when you're done. As you search for the answers, you'll find they were there all along. You will roll like a stone, baby, all the way home when you're done. Then you will find your place in this time. Oh, oh. So don't let the world bring you down. The jewels inside you, baby, that you haven't found. You will roll like a stone, baby, all the way home when you're done. As you search for the answers, you'll find they were there all along. You will roll like a stone, baby, like a stone, baby, oh. You will roll like a stone, baby, like a stone, baby, oh. Then you will find your way. You will find your place in this time.
Woo! And timing-wise, that was amazing. Guys, got a couple of texts in here for you. The stories are brilliant, Wendy in Cheshunt. Sadie, we are enjoying a band. A full song would be nice. Great voices. Sasu, if these boys don't get a record contract, I will be shocked, says Gary from Whiteleaf. Absolutely fantastic. They love you. I love you. I love you.
Thanks, Sadie. Thanks
Get
so
me
much.
a track. I promise I will play it and play it and play it because I love you and I know my listeners will. You're staying exactly where you are, Tony, but I think we're saying goodbye to the guys now, aren't we? We say goodbye to you. We're devastated. But good luck and let me know whatever you're doing. We'll plug your venues and if you can get a couple of free tickets or something, even better, and we'll let our listeners know where you are. Fantastic. That is the stories. You heard them here live first on BBC London 94.9 when they're huge stars. You just remember back when you first ever heard them and go out and go and plague the old record shops. Here's